Hey everyone, welcome to another podcast of MLM Scores where we bring you the top voices from the world of network marketing. Today we have Chris, one of the great leaders from LifeWave. His journey has inspired people all around the world. Hey Chris, great to have you on the show.
Hey, Shirag, nice to meet you. Really good to meet you.
Same here, man. Thank you. So Chris, what inspired you to join LifeWave and how has it transformed your life so far?
Well, my inspiration was a little bit different. It might have been a bit of desperation. Um, I don't know if anybody knows that feeling of being back against the wall after COVID. I think a lot of people, their lives completely turned around. I come from the children's toy industry background, and I had my own successful toy company for 10 years. And then COVID kicked in. And unfortunately, I watched my company close down in front of my eyes. And during COVID, just trying to do everything you can to keep your head above water. And I found myself falling into a bit of a hole of depression. You know, anything you've worked on for 10 years, you're seeing it uh, uh, disappear in front of your eyes. I don't care how strong-minded you are. You're gonna hit a tad bit of depression. And yeah, so the way I got involved with LifeWave was 3 years ago. A friend of mine that lives in Spain, his name is George. He saw me on a Zoom call, and we've known each other for about 5 years. And he sent me a text message while I was on the Zoom call, and he just said to me, "Hey, Chris, you look like shit." And I was like, "What? Oh my word! How can you say something like that to me?" You know what? I'm not saying go and say that to your prospects, but George was able to get away with it
Yeah.
because of my relationship with him. And he was quite honest and blunt with me because I didn't look good. I had black rings under my eyes. My beard was completely gray. My hair was gray. And he made that comment. And yeah, he sent me 21 messages. So, from a persistence point of view, I'm so grateful. 21 messages before he got my attention over about a 6 week time frame. And what he did was he sent me a voice note. And in that voice note, it was 6.5 minutes long. He sent two testimonies on what this product has done for people and told me this works on frequency. And I thought, okay, you got my attention. Long story short, 22nd of November, 2022, I registered with LifeWave. 2 days later, this arrived at my house, a sleeve of X39 patches.
Yeah.
Open it up, and yeah, the rest is history. And the other part that really got my attention as I was joining LifeWave is a few questions that I asked George, and I said to him, "How old is this company?" And at that stage, he said to me, "19 years." Um, when he said 19 years, I said, "Phew, oh, thank goodness, not another
Yeah.
startup here today, gone tomorrow." 19 years. Well, the company's now 21 years old.
Right.
That means tried and tested. It's been around the block. It's solid. It's stable. That ticked all the boxes for me. And the other part that really got me excited was when he said that the product is patented.
Right.
Now, yeah, when it comes to a patent, that means you've got no competition in this beautiful industry, which changes the ball game completely.
That's right. So that's a great story. I loved it. And so you joined in November 2022. So almost 3 years now.
That's right. Yes.
That
Yeah.
sounds good. So what's your favorite live web patch? X39?
Well, definitely X39. Yes, this is the flagship stem cell reactivation patch. So just to reverse back, LifeWave, as we know, has been around 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first product that was developed 21 years ago is called the Energy Enhancer, which David Schmidt, the owner of
Okay.
LifeWave, produced. And it started off for the Navy SEALs to get the energy levels up without having to use any stimulants or drugs or caffeine and that type of thing. And this is where the story really started, was when David Schmidt ended up patching the Olympic swimmers in the USA in 2004.
Okay.
Michael Phelps and the whole team, they won all the gold medals being patched on Energy Enhancer. And what happened is, because they won all the gold medals, the Olympic Committee took all the medals back and wanted to do testing. So David Schmidt had to hand in the clinical trials, the paperwork, hand the product in. They did external testing, came back and said, well, nothing goes into the body. They gave the medals back to the swimmers. And that's where LifeWave's journey started 21 years ago.
Wow.
And in that time frame, a couple of products were developed. So the whole product range is 10 different types of patches. But the X39 was only launched at the end of 2019. So the company is doing this for 15 years, a
Yeah.
steady growth.
Right.
Then X39 gets launched at 2019. Then we go into lockdown. Then COVID happened 2020 and 2021.
Right.
So the company sort of did this, still did $50 million turnover in 2020.
Right.
And once the world came out of lockdown, the company's hit an exponential curve, a 5,000% growth in the last 5 years.
Right.
Unheard of. And that's because of this baby. That's because of this baby over here.
Wow.
So, very quickly, why this product's my favorite product is because, as I mentioned to you, when I started, I was back against the wall, anxiety, depression, brain fog. I had vertigo, which is dizziness. I had that for 4 years, and I got onto the product on the 24th of November, 2022. I opened it up, and inside this
Yeah.
little envelope with 30 of these little patches,
30.
30 stem cell reactivation patches. Anyway, I put it on the back of my neck. All I can tell you is 5 days later, my life completely
Change.
transformed.
Wow.
I don't know how to explain it. It was absolutely crazy. On day 5, it felt like a veil was lifted off my head. The clarity of thinking I had was like when I was in my mid-20s. My anxiety subsided. I could think straight, but the big thing is my vertigo disappeared. My
Wow.
dizziness. I was taking tablets every day for 4 years. My vertigo disappeared immediately. Alongside with the X39 is uh, the product called Eon, which
Mm.
was the number one seller up until X39 was developed. And this one is what we call the happy patch. And it reduces the inflammation in the body. So those are the two patches I wear on a daily basis, which I have in the last 3 years.
Mhm.
And we're also talking about reverse aging. People I haven't seen for a couple of years, they see me and go, Chris, dude, what are you doing? You're looking younger because there's many products in the market that can slow the aging process down.
Yeah.
This is the only product in the world that can
Reverse.
actually reverse age. Yep, turning the body clock back.
Wow. That sounds good. So how much those X39 patches cost? What is the cost of those
Uh,
patches?
a sleeve, that's what it's called, a sleeve. Inside here, you get 30 patches inside here.
Yeah.
The retail price is $149 plus your tax, whichever country you're in, and obviously shipping.
Yes.
Um, Obviously, for brand partners, is wholesale price, then it drops right down to only $99
Of-
for the sleeve of patches, which is basically it's a cup of coffee, a cappuccino a day to
Right.
reactivate your dormant stem cells and and basically and reverse your age. So from a cost point of view, it is a drop in the ocean compared to stem cell injections, which up until 2019, the only way you could do that was through stem cell injections, which are 10,000 plus or minus $10,000 for a set of injections. $99 versus 10,000, you can't even compare it.
Right. Right. So you just need to put your patch on anywhere on your body or on the back of your body. Where do you put that patch?
You you put the patch on the back of your neck or 2 fingers below the belly button. That's where all the clinical trials and case studies were done.
Okay.
LifeWave has got over 80 clinical trials and case studies. And basically, the moment you put this patch onto your body, it
Mm-hmm.
works through a concept called photobiomodulation,
Mm-hmm.
which is really reflecting your own body's light back into the body, which activates your copper peptide, which
Mm-hmm.
has been clinically proven to reactivate your dormant stem cells.
Okay.
Because as we start to age, your stem cells start to die off,
Right.
and they mainly go dormant. I mean, by the age of 60, you've only got 10% stem cell activity left. So when you put this patch on, it wakes little guys up and goes, hey, you still got work to do. And it
Right.
goes and gets your body, sets the stage for your body to start healing itself.
Wow. That's amazing thing. Seems like I should join you and start building a team here in
This
Dubai.
is fun. This is exciting. This is the most exciting, fun thing I've done in my entire life.
Yeah. So how do you share that LifeWave opportunity with someone, who has never heard about it before in their life?
Well, the first thing we do, I mean, we're talking about network marketing, an industry that has been around for 136 years.
Mhm.
And there's certain basics that you follow. So, when a person gets plugged in and gets started, we go back to your good old fashioned name list and contacting people you know. And the sort of a strategy that I use is following the AIDA process, AIDA. A standing for attention, getting a person's attention.
Mhm.
Then R stands for interest. And then you've got D, which stands for desire.
Mhm.
And A stands for taking action. So it's AIDA. And really what it is sending little bits of information to people. First, get your phone out. Did you know that the average amount of contacts a person has on their cell phone, global average, is 472?
Okay.
472
472.
people, global average.
Okay.
Now, when you're talking to most people, I mean, I chat to people, I say, hey, give me your phone. Let me see how many contacts you got. People have got 2, 3, 4,000 people on their phones. So
Right.
we say, just start off with, don't go straight into pitching a product or a company or a business.
Mhm.
Pick up the phone and say, how are you doing? Or send them a voice note. This is the technology age we live in.
Mhm.
I love voice notes with WhatsApp. You can get a lot done in a short time frame. Send a WhatsApp, send a voice note and say, hey, Chirag, long time no speak. We haven't spoken for a year. How are you doing? How are the kids doing? How's work going? That's
Right.
all you do. And they're going to come back to you saying, wow, Chris, haven't heard from you in ages. Geez, how's work going with you? What have you been up to?
Right.
When they say, what have you been up to? They give you permission to now tell them what you are doing in a non-selfish way. And
Right.
then from there, don't puke on a person and go and send 50 messages. What you do is you send little bits of information to get that AIDA process in place. Invite a person onto a Zoom call, let them watch a recording of a presentation, physical presentation, the basics.
That's it. That's good. That's right. So, what has been the biggest breakthrough of your life? The best success moment of your life after joining, LifeWave?
Well, when we joined in South Africa, nothing was happening. Nobody had heard about the patches before.
Okay.
So people would look at us like we've just landed on another planet. They thought that we were a little bit crazy. What, you're going to put a patch on your body and it's going to do all that? So it was going into the unknown, and a bit more of the education process had to happen. And we've got enough material to educate the people onto the technology and the science on how the product works, right?
Right. Right.
But I would say uh, myself and my wife were 9 months into LifeWave, and it was our first team event. So we belong to a team called This Is It.
This is it.
Now,
Steve
This Is
and
It,
Gina
yeah,
Marriott built that game. Yeah.
Steve and Gina Merritt. Steve
Yeah.
and Gina Merritt are our uplines, and we've met them many times. And let me tell you, the most amazing, down-to-earth people I've ever met in my life. They just work on a complete different level. They've got all the systems and processes in place, so it's really just plug and play.
Hmm.
And we had the honor to meet them the very first time in Tampa
Okay.
at their first team event, which had just under 2,000 people, and they were still quite new as well.
Right.
And as the time's gone by, Steve and Gina Merritt, they don't only have the fastest growing team in LifeWave. Steve and Gina Merritt have got the fastest growing team in the entire network marketing industry right now.
Right.
So, so it's an honor and a privilege to be part of their amazing team. But that's where the turning point happened. That was our very first international live event, and that's where they said the lights went on. That's where the lights went on, where we went, oh my hat. This is what we are sitting in right now. We got a glimpse of the bigger picture.
Right.
And I think the part that is so exciting is, Chirag, let me tell you, we
Yeah.
haven't even scraped the tip of the iceberg yet. We haven't even got started. It's like, it's a 21-year-old startup company which is just ready to launch.
Lord,
And
yeah.
oh, let me tell you that the stories and the testimonies that we hear on a daily basis will absolutely blow your mind. I mean, we get messages literally daily of people saying, "Thank you for giving me my life back." Miracles. All I can tell you is we've seen miracles.
Yeah.
So, so after we went to the event,
Mhm.
I learned all the tools on what to do, and yeah, it took 17 months, and we hit the top rank of the company in 17 months,
Wow.
which is unheard of. I'm the very first senior presidential director ever on the whole continent of Africa, so that was an amazing achievement.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
yes, thank you so much, thank you. Over the moon. Okay, listen. In the USA and more developed countries, people do it a lot quicker.
Right.
South Africa, we have our challenges, so it's not as easy. We've got a 18 to 1 exchange rate that we need to contend with. So yeah, the pricing is a little bit different, but we make a plan, we make it work. And then the other thing that was a real highlight so far with LifeWave was when we went to our first uh, global convention, which was last year, October in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And that's where we had the honor and privilege to meet the owner and founder of LifeWave, David Schmidt. Um, that was one of the biggest highlights. An absolute humble, down to earth genius. That's the only word I have for David Schmidt. Is he
Right.
is an absolute genius for putting this technology together.
Right. That sounds good. Great. So, what advice would you give to someone who is just getting, started with LifeWave today?
Well, I would go back to basics. So the first thing you have to do before absolutely anything is you
Right.
need to write down your why. Why
Why?
are you doing it?
Right.
You need to know what is the reason that you are doing LifeWave. Is it do you want to change your health? Is it do you want to change your financial situation? Because your why is more important than the how. Because
Right.
once the why is in place, the how is automatically going to just fall into place. But there's certain disciplines involved in that as well.
Mhm.
So the first thing a person has to have four things. It's like a little recipe, and you can't leave any of these four parts out when starting out. So the first part is number one, you've got to have belief in the product. You have to believe in the product. You can't talk about, promote, or sell a product that you personally don't believe in. I'm sure
Right.
you'd agree with me, right?
I 100%
It's
agree with you. Yeah.
like a no-brainer. So, but that's an obvious, but you need to point it out. The second thing you have to have belief in is the company.
Mhm.
You need to believe in the company because I'm sure you'd also agree there's some good products out there, but dodgy companies, right? So that's
Right.
also got to fit together hand in glove. So the product and the company. Number three, you've got to believe in yourself.
Correct.
You have to believe in yourself. And that's part of self-development, which I'll touch on now. And then lastly, number four is you need to believe in the industry.
That's right. I
You
agree.
have to believe in the industry, and you've got to take it from your head to your heart. And
Right.
you've got to make it your own. And you've got to really, really believe in all four of these aspects. But very importantly, you've got to believe in the industry. And like I said to you, the industry's been around for 136 years. Um, Personally, network marketing, the way I see network marketing is in its purest form, redistribution of wealth. That's all
Right.
it is. It's
Wow.
giving money back into the hands of hundreds and thousands of people globally. I think it's the most beautiful industry in the entire world. And then the other thing for a new brand partner that's got started is they've got to be plugged in. It
Mm-hmm.
is so important to be plugged in. We have our groups, we have our systems, we have our Zoom calls, we have our trainings. The other thing is getting people don't recreate the wheel. We have our this is its system in place. We have an onboarding system in place.
Wow.
Onboarding is so important. That is your orientation. So when you start, you need to know what to do
Right.
because a lot of people have never done this before. So we've got to hold people's hands and show them in the beginning. And then the last thing is self-development.
Mm-hmm.
Self-development is absolutely vital. And that's where that's a combination of different things. Listening to audios, reading books, some of the basics, plugging into the system, because we live in a very different world right now. You just get negativity from every angle, be it whether it's from on the news and TV and social media, a lot of negativity that we've got to sift through. And
Right.
it's the case of building material that you're putting into your brain on a daily basis consistently, which is going to just help you get to heights that you probably have never imagined you could achieve in your life.
Right, 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 right. So, guys, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and join under Chris and be a part of world class team. That's it from my side, Chris. Thank you so much for your time. I will put
Ah,
the
it's an
sign up
absolute
link
pleasure.
of you in the podcast so people who will watch this podcast will be able to join under you.